What's up, guys? Iceman here. Welcome to the Diablo Research Institution. Appreciate you guys for coming by. Like this video if you will. Subscribe to the page and the bell so you're notified next time I post a video. And blessings to my channel members and patrons. May you have many lives. So, here now is my bone spear / teeth necromancer once again. Only this time, I want to try teeth. And I'm not going to use the white wand that I made in my previous video. For one, that wand had at its base +3 to corpse explosion and +3 to bone spear, okay? Granted, I would like to try a similar white rune word wand build with a teeth necromancer, but I'm going to have to fetch that base first. And is that how you say it? Is it white or is it white? Let me know in the comments below. I can't remember. But nonetheless, what I have found for this necromancer, or what a little birdie gave me rather, let's just say a little birdie gave it to me, to replace this spirit sword with. It's a very nice spirit sword. And mind you, the spirit sword gives me a level 29 teeth with 477 to 625 damage. So let's see what the damage difference is when I pop on freaking Bone Shade. As far as I can see it, Bone Shade is a hog of an item. It's not as good as white if you're trying to max out on Bone Spear, for example. But if you're trying to max out on teeth, this is actually the best case scenario, alright? This allows for you to have the maximum level teeth on a one-handed item. Because it gives +2 to necromancer skills, and it gives +5 to teeth. So +7 to teeth in total. Quite hog. Whereas a white wand, I believe, at max could give you a level 6 teeth. So it's one more from that. And this also gives a nice 25% FCR and 2 to necromancer skill levels. So it's quite nice. And I actually put a Tur-rune in this thing. So let's see what the damage is compared to Spirit. So 625 max with Spirit. And then with Bone Shade, oh my god, 802. And it looks like we're maxed out with how many teeth you can emit at once, because it's at 24 teeth per shot. And now it's still at 24 teeth per shot. And the thing is, this is a cheap build. Now I know I've showcased this stuff in my last couple of videos, so I'm wearing Lore Helm, a very basic 3 P&B Bone Skills Amulet, a Spirit Shield. Silkweave is a new addition that I've added to this character for the 5 mana after each kill, which I think is going to be great for a teeth build. A Shitty Ring, 7 to Strength, Cold Resist 22, Cobalt Ring of the Ox. A crappy belt, Garnet Plated Belt with Fire Resist of 27, just a magic item. And Drake's Ring, +21 to mana. Also has Triangle's Claws, Skin of the Viper Magi with nothing in it, and it's not perfect. No Torch, no Annie. So this is a cheap-ass build. Alright, this is kind of like a early ladder build, but you're taking the path less traveled by, which of course is the path that I like to take. Everyone and your mom is making a Blizzard Sorceress. I like to try different things, alright? And it is going to take longer, obviously, but it's going to help you indulge in the true spiritual journey when you're busting your ass with a Teeth Necromancer, when you're like 5 acts behind everyone else. And a couple difficulties behind everyone else. It just adds to the spiritual journey. So let's go to the Rogue Encampment in Hell mode. Because I want to see what this is like in, say, just the Cold Plains or some shit. So the cool thing about Teeth is it's kind of like a multi-shot for the Necromancer, only it's 100% magic damage. And I really like the multi-shot Zon. And of course you have a couple other things at your arsenal. And in this case I do have a Blood Golem. He's only level 7, but he has 3,363 life at that level with 1 point into Golem Mastery and 1 point into Summon Resist, I believe. So I think he's going to do quite alright. And plus he'll steal some life back for me. So let's go to the Cold Plains and look at this. Oh my god! Look at all of them! Look, they look like little fishies! Wow, really, what do they look like? Let me know in the comments below. They look like a bunch of little fishies racing or something, don't they? Like they're racing towards something or whatever. But anyway, let me know what that looks like in the comments below. Oh my god! No, it's not that impressive just yet. Actually, it is. It really is. Obviously, the AM damage does not help with the teeth damage. Because teeth is magic damage. Holy freaking toad! So what I kind of want to do is deck out a Necromancer and see if teeth is actually viable, like just kind of throughout hell. Holy toad, holy shit. Yeah, the Corpse Explosion is GG. Love me some Corpse Explosion. There's really not a good curse you could use with teeth that directly affects it. In fact, there is none at all that directly affects it. But you can help supplement your mercenaries' physical damage, of course, with whatever. You could use Iron Maiden for some damage back to enemies. Probably Decrepify would be a good way to go, just to slow them down while you're trying to teeth them up. But of course, you can do this as well. Check this out. You got this thing as well. You got the Bone Wall. Oh my god! Okay, here's some thickies. Let's get these thickies. Look at that, the golem is, he's doing okay. He's had better days. He's about to get murdered in cold blood, the blood golem. But, okay. Let's try the pit now. Because this is what, the research has really been intending to indulge in the pit with this character. There's research needed on that bullshit. So I'm going to head to the pit. And we're going to see how well he performs. And I do have a Poor Man's Enigma on Switch right here. Freaking Nadge's Puzzler Staff with 69 teleport charges on it. Of course, I've used it a couple times now. Alright, so I'm going to teleport to the pit. But yeah, I love killing the little things. Like these little guys. I love killing that shit. I love just... You feel godly when you just plow through this shit. But, yeah, let's put it to the test. Let's try out the pit. The pit, of course, is a level 85 area. So you can find those higher-end items down in there. You can find all the runes down in there. You can find all sorts of shit down in there. So I'm going to teleport there, and I will continue on the video once we get that spot, alright? So on the way to the pit is a tidbit of a spiritual journey. I mean, I always like killing shit on the way to the pit. The problem with this build compared to the last one in my last video is I actually respec. So I no longer have that hog-ass Corpse Explosion, which I think was level 20 in that video. Now it is now only level 10, alright? So it only has a radius of 5.6 yards. But of course, again, I want to deck this guy out and see how well he fares. I want to put on an Enigma. I want to put on a Shaco. Maybe Homo or whatever, or a Dark Force Spawn or something like that. Maybe a couple SOJs, maybe an Arak Belt, maybe Torch and Annie and other crap. So really, I could get that Corpse Explosion up to level 20 anyway, without putting any more points into it, as far as I see it, as long as I get some adequate gear. But let me know if you guys want to see that, because what if you can deck out a Necromancer, and then at like Players 1 difficulty, you can actually have teeth be viable. Oh my god. Almost got his ass eaten right there. Almost got his ass eaten on video. I know you guys don't want to see that, so let's continue on. Let's find that pit, and we will see how well he fares in the pit. Yep, there it is. There's the pit. Again, I appreciate you guys, so if you will, like this damn video, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the page, hit the bell so you know when I upload the video, and thank you to my patrons and channel members. I have this little thing here, with all your names on it. Some of you guys have been along for a long damn time, so may your finances be blessed, may the Creator bless you, may your contributions be brought back to you sevenfold. Alright, those who are my channel members and patrons. So, let's see how well he fares in here. But yeah, I wonder if I should... I mean, Enigma would be really convenient with this guy. Just to get around. Because the problem is, when you start making your bone walls, you can't really get around them. So it's a real pain in the ass. Unless if you teleport. and that's why I have this staff on switch. But yeah, it is annoying switching away from your shield for one, and making yourself more vulnerable. And in addition to that, it's obviously annoying having the charges. So I'm thinking about popping an Enigma on this Toad, and we'll just see how that goes. I mean, it's not too far from reality in terms of how shit could go when the ladder resets. I remember one time I had a Javazon, and I busted my ass getting the runes for infinity, right? And I busted my ass trading all my gear. I basically traded everything I had for infinity. So here I was, a Javazon, wearing like stealth armor still, alright? And wearing lore helm and some other shitty gear. And I had infinity on the mercenary. But I mean, it was a spiritual journey. Because that was actually one of my most memorable times playing Diablo. And then I started working my way up. And I think I did get an Enigma eventually. And then I started working toward a Phoenix. But of course, she was just going to be so godly by the time she had... This was D2 LOD Classic, so it was indeed a she, the Amazon. I'm talking about the old days. All right, before the transition to D2R. But she was probably one of my most enjoyable experiences that I've had in Diablo 2 when I was building my way up. But I mean, having like infinity on a shitty-ass character, it was really helpful. Because it made the game all doable, but there was still a challenge to it. So there's still a constant building up, you know? Like, I was excited to find, like, Silkweave boots, for example. And I was excited to find just whatever else. Laying Van's gloves, you know, things like that. Shaco! And obviously, eventually she had Griffin's Eye. This might have actually been Path of Diablo. I think it was Path of Diablo. So the drop rates were just a little bit... They're like player 8 drop rates or something. But still, as far as I see it, it's pretty legit. I was really busting my ass. Is Path of Diablo still a thing? Let me know in the comments below. I really don't know if Path of Diablo is still a thing. But can this Teeth Necromancer be viable? Here's the skills. I maxed out Teeth. I put 1 point into Corpse Explosion. I maxed out Bone Spear. I maxed out Bone Spirit. Oh my god, look at the damage. 3,988. So you could actually use that against bosses. And then I maxed out Bone Wall, but I did not max out this thing right here. Bone Prison. I could still put more points into that. 11 points to be exact. And he's only level, or he's already level 88. So it's a spiritual journey to max this guy out. Which I think is kind of exciting. That they get better with age. And, of course, I did maybe waste a couple points, right? I put points into Golem. One of you recommended in the comments of my previous video to put a point into Blood Golem. So I did. But, of course, with that, I had to put one into Summon Resist and Golem Mastery as well. Yeah, Golem Mastery. I couldn't remember if that was a thing in regular D2 or not. And then 1 point to Dam Damage to help supplement the Corpse Explosion. But, yeah, I am fixing to see... I mean, look at how well it kills these little guys. I guess that's not that impressive, but it's a little impressive. Holy shit. Look at the corpse explosion. I really gotta make all these guys on the ladder. I remember Boz actually had one on Project Diablo 2 just last week. And they did reduce the amount of synergies you need for Teeth so that you could explore a little bit in other skills, which I think was a great thing. Because with this one, obviously, there's so many synergies, you pretty much got to dump all your points into them. 1, 2, 3, 4 synergies. So, yeah. But that's just how it is right now in D2 Classic, or D2R rather. But, yeah, I'm curious to see how well this performs if I just bump up the Teeth damage. And I don't quite want to, like, deck them out right away. Like, just fill the inventory up with charms and all that shit. I want to kind of take the small steps and see how it feels, you know what I mean? To see if maybe you could work your way up to it on ladder. And, to see how it fares. And the mana per kill, I think, would be great for... Oh, my God! Dumbass! Get away. Get away, buddy. Hey, get a little suckle out of that. Get a little suckle out of that well. Look at that, my golem's still alive. And so is the guy. Shadow Blade. Yep. But yeah, I would like to see, because I think making this as a starter character in the ladder would be interesting. Once you start getting some mana after each kill, I mean, make yourself a, what's the helm called? Natter or some shit. Make yourself one of those, get a couple mana per kill rings, and get Silkway boots eventually. And yeah, I think you'll have it made right there. Oh yeah, I'm not even using the bone wall right now. Where's level 2? Let's get to, there it is. Let's get to level 2. Yep. There's a minion or a super unique or whatever. Resists are suffering a bit, as you can see. The resists are horrible. So I might want to try to buff that up a little bit. And of course, Torch and Any would help that. Well, yeah, there you have it. Teeth Necromancer. Kind of doing the pit with not very impressive gear as far as I see it. I mean, you got Triangle gloves, which are cheap and abundant. You find those all the time. Gambled ring, only one gamble. I didn't even try. Gambled 2 rings. These boots, nobody really likes these except for me, so these are quite abundant and cheap, really. You got Spirit Shield, PNB Amulet, Lore Helm, Skin of the Rough Mage, and Bone Shade, which people just don't play with this wand because it's like a Teeth wand, and Teeth is just suboptimal. You know what I mean? So nobody wants it. That's just kind of how it is in Diablo 2. Is if it's suboptimal, nobody wants it. In which case, there's an abundance of them on the market. I'm guessing you could get this for like a Lemrune or something. Because nobody uses this shit. Even though it's kind of rare. It's a Lich Wand. Level 79 requirement. But yeah, unfortunately, just nobody wants this shit. So you could probably get it for pretty cheap. And maybe you could make yourself a good like pit runner or something. But more importantly, I'm curious to see how well... Say I deck them out a bit more. And then I could try like the Cast Sanctuary with them. Maybe even a Bell run. Cows, perhaps. Cows have a lot of HP, so I think that's going to be kind of a pain in the ass. But I'd like to try it out for research purposes. So yeah, thank you guys for coming by. Like the video if you will, subscribe to the damn page, become a Patreon or a channel member if you want to support the research, and blessings to you guys. I'll see you in my next video.